Happy New Year, Boca Raton. 2024 closed on some record lows. Should we be freaking out? Well, don't panic just yet. It's time for our real estate market update as of January 2025. I'm Larry Mastropieri, broker owner of the Mastropieri Group based right here in Boca Raton. Here we go. I often like to start this review with days on market data. Tracking this is a great way to understand that our market has in fact slowed down over the course of 2024. When we look at the average cumulative days on market data from December of 2023 and compare it to December of 24, we see an eye-popping 35% increase. And no, it's not deja vu. This is almost the exact same percent increase at the same time from a year ago as compared to December of 2022. That's definitely not the kind of consistency we're looking for. And if you look at the median days on market stat, it went from 31 days to 44 days. That's a 42% increase. This is a simple but clear signal that the market is softening. Since mid to late 2022, we've seen the days on market increase slowly. So this isn't the end of the world, but it was the first 4 months of 2024 where it really started to increase. December of 2024 was the new record high for days on market at 84.8. Note, an average days on market stat in the 80s isn't really the end of the world. Between 2015 and 2019, this was actually the norm. The question is, are we going to blow right past the 80s and surpass the norm, or is this where it's going to live going forward? If you stick around, I'll give you my thoughts on where I think we're going. Looking at other stats can shed some light on our future. Through much of 2024, we saw a really strange theme with the average sales prices. Normally, when there's an increase in days on market, we can expect to see the average price growth chill out a little bit due to the slowing demand. Well, that logic went right out the window yet again here in South Florida. To close out the year, a 23% increase in the average sales price from December of 2023 to December of 2024. And just a quick gut check, the 2023 year-to-date data compared to the 2024 year-to-date data shows an average of 24% price growth. So this just isn't 1 month of exceptional performance. So according to this statistic, homes are worth 23 to 24% more than they were at the same time last year. I really don't think I'm buying that. And it still begs the question, why is this happening despite the fact it is taking noticeably longer to sell a home? The average sale price went from $919,000 in December of 2023 to $1.127 million in December of 2024. What's also unusual is new listing prices for December of 2024 were higher on average than any other month in 2024. How about that? And now that we're done scratching our heads while trying to make sense of these average sales prices, I always emphasize the need to cross-check the average data with the median data to make sure random large deals aren't misleading us. Because in an area like Boca Raton, some exorbitant homes may be on the market and it can really skew those averages. If we look at the median sales price data from December of 2024 and compare it to December of 2023, you can see in Boca Raton, we've experienced a whopping 3% change in the median sales price. In other words, what you may have paid for a house last year, today it would be worth about 3% more. Now that's much more realistic of a stat based on our experiences in the real estate market over the course of 2024. If we're operating based on the median stats, the reality is the market is leveling off. The question now is, will price growth go negative? What does our future look like? And I don't think it's going to go negative. It looked the same way in our last report. In fact, it looked a little worse. After housing prices defied the statistical trends of a slowing market over this past year, it really appears that buyers and sellers are now finally getting on the same page. Or are they? And well, the answer is sometimes. The average listing price chart shows that the average listing price has dropped substantially over the past 12 months. This is an interesting signal. This suggests sellers are putting their property on the market at a lower price because they're anticipating a tougher marketing environment. The sale to original list price ratio shows that a lot more homes are selling for less than their original asking price. And to give this some perspective, dating back to March, April, May of 2022, most properties were selling for the asking price or even higher. In 2023, we saw a slowing and a steady drop in that. And in 2024, now properties are selling between 9 and 10% less than their original asking price on average. While home sellers would love to see those record sale to original list price ratios from 2 years ago, those days are over for the foreseeable future. And the fact that there has been this much consistency in the sale to original list price ratio over these past 12 months supports the overall theme that the market is entering an equilibrium. Quick fact, between 2015 and 2019, homes were selling for about 8% less than their original asking price. So my takeaway, this feels normal, it's fine. A stat that will absolutely shine some more light on what is going on in our real estate market is the number of listings graph. This data helps to explain the current and anticipated inventory in the Boca Raton real estate market. And we all know that real estate prices are a function of supply and demand, so let's discuss the supply. As of January 2025, we are seeing a 23% increase in inventory compared to the same time last year. This is a relatively large increase in the home sale market, but should we panic? This number is clearly higher than it was last year. Is this normal historically? Well, the answer is I'm not panicking yet. We did an analysis of the inventory levels in Palm Beach County over the past 10 years, and we're currently slightly below the highest inventory levels we've seen in the past 10 years. I don't think where we're at right now is bad. The question is the trend leveling off, or are we going to break some records later this year? I'll save my crystal ball answers for the end. But here's some additional data that will help you form your own conclusions. In December of 2024, our real estate market closed 304 homes, and we added 517 new active listings. Clearly, we're adding more homes than we are selling. Let's dig into that a little deeper. In 2024, we sold 6% less homes than we did in 2023. So selling less homes, and we're seeing a steady increase in homes coming to market. It seems like the trend will continue. Here's a slightly alarming fact though. We haven't sold this few homes in Palm Beach County since May of 2020. December sales in Palm Beach County was the lowest in a very, very long time. Hey, real quick, if you feel my analysis, the data we're presenting is helpful, but maybe you have some additional questions, maybe you want a more focused view of your neighborhood, or maybe a more broad view, I really love this stuff. I built some really cool spreadsheets, and we're looking at a ton of different data points all the time. This is one very important part of what we do for our clients when we work with them, but I'm happy to share, so reach out by clicking the button below. This is yet another key data point that I look at, the absorption rate, which is a good way to gauge whether it's a seller's market or a buyer's market. So what is the absorption rate exactly? Well, quick definition, if no new properties were added to the market and sales continued at a steady pace, this shows how long the current inventory of properties would be on the market at the current rate of sales, and the unit of measure is months. So the absorption rate trend here in Boca Raton has been changing for sure, dating back to fall of 2023. The absorption rate today is 6.83 months, which is higher than it was a year ago at 5.19 months. Typically, a 5 to 6 month absorption rate is considered a neutral market, and anything above that is really a buyer's market, and obviously anything below that is a seller's market. So you can see with the absorption rate above 6 months, we are absolutely in buyer's market territory. It's important to know that historically, pre-2020, the absorption rate has been in the 5s. So right now we're above historical norms. That's all the data I have for today. There's plenty more we can get into, but I wanted to keep this concise. So thanks for sticking with it. Now, as promised, here are my final thoughts. While on one hand, the average sales price data have shown a noticeable increase year over year, on the other hand, the median sales price data, which I give more weight to, the sale to original list price data, and the sold listing data suggest a softening market. Inventory is still slowly climbing, prices are stabilizing, and are the forces that are putting downward pressure on values greater today than the same time last year? I think absolutely. But if you follow real estate here in South Florida, you could have seen this coming. I've said this countless times on these market updates, and it appears we are finally coming off cloud nine and settling on solid ground, I hope. I think as we enter 2025, we need to keep a close eye on the absorption rate stat and the number of sold/pending sales, because those metrics are pointing to the marketing softening further, which is a little concerning. From my experience in the field, homes in top condition and good locations, the ones that really check all the boxes for buyers, they'll continue to be in high demand and command top dollar. In contrast, properties that don't measure up will be more challenging to sell. And that's realistically what happens in a market that has increasing inventory or waning demand. Right now, if you're a buyer, you might have more negotiating power in a transaction, and you might see better buying opportunities coming. As a seller, I hope you were able to get out in front of this because, as I said in the last market update, price growth is going to slow down, and it appears that it finally has happened. But it's not the end of the world. Prices are still strong, demand is still healthy. This is still a good time to be a seller in this market. Overall, I think where we're trending is healthy for the market here in South Florida and Boca Raton. I don't think there's any reason to postpone selling or buying in this current market. There's nothing that's really scary that's happening or a big change that's upon us. I think we're in a great place and the trend seems healthy. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. We know the market here in Boca Raton because, well, we sell more homes than any other agent here in Boca. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm Larry Mastrapiri, broker owner of the Mastrapiri Group, and I'll see you guys on the next video.